Hello.
Good morning.
Turning on the dynamism switch now. Activate dynamism. La la.
That would be good, wouldn't it?
We've been trying to muster some zhuzh to do this, and so I thought we'd start by finding out a bit more about Fifi.
Oh, let's not.
Let's investigate Fifi.
Oh.
Let's find out
That's so mean.
more about this dynamic personality who is so amazing in
Let's not.
Wotton-under-edge and has such a gift for this
Enough already. Enough already.
this creativity that she brings to this high street.
Oh gosh.
And it's such a hard job being a sole trader.
Yeah, it is quite tough sometimes being a sole trader. And there are times when I put everything out on the pavement, which takes me a good half an hour. And then at the end of the day, when I look at it all and I've got to bring it all back in again, I think, I'm just going to leave it there. If somebody nicks it, they nick it. Which is not really the right attitude at all, but it can be a bit hard work on your own.
Yeah, so what's your favourite colour?
In the Frenchic range?
Any range?
Well, in the Frenchic thing, I guess it's got to be Salt of the Earth, which is a very sort of middle of the road, sedate, sophisticated beige.
Like you, salt of the earth.
or beige. Anyway.
And what's your favourite hobby?
I don't know, walking, I guess. I love walking. Lots and lots of walking.
Good.
And painting. Right, stop asking me questions.
She said to me, ask questions.
Yeah, but not all at once, because I need time to get into it. Oh my God. Oh, we're both trying to wake each other up this morning. We've had coffee and it hasn't really sort of kicked in yet, has it? But anyway, we'll have a sort of a wander around. There isn't an awful lot to show you today, but one thing I did think I'd show you is, I don't know if you want to turn the camera around now, Ginge, because we have had our new board put up, which Nick has very kindly made for me and put up. And this is going to be where we will have all the sample sachets of the new 150 wall colours, which I'm extremely excited about. So this is the first batch that have come in. The others will be coming in due course. And they're little sachets of 10 mils of fantastic dead flat matte but fully scrubbable, eco-friendly sachets of wall paint. And they're 95p each, and what I've been sort of recommending to people is that they pick a colour that they want and take it home and paint it onto an A4 sheet of white paper. You can then sort of pin it onto the wall and move it around to see what it looks like on different sort of lights and different walls, just to get an idea of it. And then once you've decided which one you like, then you can phone us and pre-order, and the 2.5 litre tins are $42.95. So I'm really delighted with these, and the other lovely thing is that this paints furniture beautifully. I like to add a little bit of wax to mine just to give it that sort of slightly smoother, silkier feel having painted an item, but because it's fully scrubbable, it doesn't actually need to be sealed, but I just tend to because I just prefer the feel of it. So the colour ranges are just superb. So really excited about those. I can't wait to get all these all filled up, but there's more on their way. So if anybody wants to come in and have a look at these, then do please. The other thing I've been doing this week, I have been painting crowns. We sell these metal crowns, which usually are just very rusty crowns, and I call them the crowning glory because you just tend to put them on top of your pots. And the reason I've painted these is because of the Jubilee colours, and I did one gold one just for good measure, but the red, white and the blue, and they'll be part of my window display along with the Union Jack and all the other bits and pieces that are going to try and make the front window look as regal as possible for the Platinum Jubilee. Speaking of Platinum Jubilees, Pammy who's the founder of the Frenchic paint, has brought out yet another product which I'm so excited to see. Haven't got mine yet, it's on order and we will be selling it here, and it's a 500ml tin of Frenchic metallic paint, and it's inspired by the Jubilee, which is the Platinum Jubilee. So it went straight up my brain then. So it's a beautiful sort of platinum sort of colour, and it's for inside and outside use, and it is actually like a proper paint. So far we think that it's best applied over a pale base, but you can do crackle glaze with it, and well, I can't wait to get experimenting with it actually. So hopefully those will be in very soon, and they're not a limited edition. They will be a permanent member of the team, and they're going to be $15.95 per tin for 500 mils. So hopefully those will be in by very early next week. So that's another string to the bow, so that's great. And then I've been painting these busts, you know, these busts that are made out of this sort of carbonate poly blah, 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 something or other. I never know quite what they're made from. And this one I've just painted up with one of the new limited edition colours, which is the Raspberry Punch. So this is from the Alfresco range, and I thought it'd be fun to paint these classic busts in some really bright, vivid colours. And of course now we're getting to that stage where you can start painting your front doors, etc. As soon as the nighttime temperatures stay above 10 degrees centigrade, you can start painting your outside things. And so if you want to paint your UPVC front door, or your composite door, or your metal benches and chairs, your wooden benches and chairs, your shed, your fences, etc., etc., then the Frenchic Alfresco paint is the one to use because it's weatherproof. So that's the lovely new Raspberry Punch, and I guess there'll be quite a few people who'll be wanting to do their front doors in that colour. I think I showed you last week the other lovely colour is this one, which is the beautiful blue. This is called Dive In. I've painted over the top of the palette, so that's why it's very lumpy paint, but that was the colour, and that's the same colour with wax over for when people want to paint furniture if they want to add a bit of age. And then the other colour, which I haven't actually used yet, but I will be shortly, is Daph's. So if you fancy a really beautiful bright yellow front door, then Daph's is the one to use. Preparation wise, it's the same for whatever you're painting. You need to give it a thorough wash over with sugar soap first, just to make sure there's no inherent air grease or cobwebs or dead spiders, etc. And then give it a light sand all over to give it a bit of a key, and then wipe the dust off, put your first coat on, and it will look like a child did it with their eyes folded. That's normal, but don't panic, just hold your nerve and keep going. And you need to allow 2 hours in between coats. You'll always need 2 coats. You may need a third depending on the colour you're using and the colour you're painting over. And then just treat it with respect for 2 to 3 weeks whilst it's fully curing, which all paint needs time to cure. And that basically means that it's hard and toughened. And once it is, it's a really solid, tough finish. So you just need to make sure that the dog's not going to jump up on it whilst it's curing, and that you're not going to be kicking it open with your arms full of shopping, so that you don't mark the paint whilst it's doing its thing. But once it's done, it's a really hard, durable, weatherproof finish. So well worth investing the time and the effort to do it. So that's the Frenchic thing. Paint's gone absolutely mad. I would say it's been the vast majority of our sales this week, and people are getting their creative juices going because of course the sun is supposed to be coming out. Although this morning I'm back in winter woolies again. Bloody freezing I was yesterday, so let's hope it perks its ideas up. I can't see your face, Ginge, because you're
I'm hiding.
you're grimacing behind. So just quickly as well, just look at those flowers. That's a week on and they're just beginning to go over, but they have been so magnificent, and so many customers have come in and commented and spent time identifying all the different flowers. They really have been fantastic. So again, thank you, the lovely lady that sent them to us. Really appreciate it. Speaking of all things Frenchic, whilst we're standing here, James, do you just want to focus in on this pheasant table? This was just an ordinary old sort of coffee table, nothing particularly special about the coffee table, but we wanted to showcase the fact that you can use the Frenchic paints to do very fine artwork. And the lovely Meg from Woodlands Art Studio, who I'm very fortunate to be able to do these collaborations with, she comes in, I do all the base painting, and then we pick out the colours, and she goes away and she creates these amazing bird sort of pictures and creates something that is a completely unique piece of art. So although it is just an ordinary coffee table, you're actually paying for the fact that you've got a piece of unique art. And when the sun shines on this, there are little flecks of the Frenchic Frenchic powders in gold and in the sort of the verdigris green colour here, which is called Green Goddess. So if you fancy having a go at doing a bit of fine art, then actually you can use the Frenchic paints to do that as well. So it is just the most amazing stuff. So that's that. We've done the crowns. I've done a few more busts this week. I've been busy painting. This is Beethoven, and I've painted him in one of the previous.
Like Samuel Pepys.
Oh my God, I put Beethoven. Is
I
it
don't
not?
know.
Oh my God, where were the parents are hopeless. I thought he was Beethoven.
Didn't Beethoven have like big bushy hair?
Well, he's got fairly bushy
Yeah,
hair.
but
He's got a
I don't
ponytail.
know.
Anyway, whoever he is, maybe the public can tell us. I've painted him in Misc, which is one of the last limited edition colours, which I love. And then I'm hoping to God this is Charles Dickens, because that's what I've labelled him as.
Yeah, I think that one.
I think he's
that's
Charles
a nice
Dickens.
colour, isn't it?
And that is actually one of the wall paints, and that one is painted in Black Forest, which is that beautiful, deep, dark green. Makes a fantastic feature wall. And actually I've painted a beautiful bench which ended up in somebody's boot room in that colour, and waxed it with browning wax, and it looked so rich. It was lovely. Let me have a look at my little note. There were a few things I was going to say about. A few things outside. We'll have a look at those outside. Shall we do a quick gallop round in here? There isn't anything majorly new in here at the moment. Few pieces have gone out to their new homes. The big mirrors have still got 20% off, as have some pieces of furniture. There's a lovely Edwardian, Regency period table and chairs here, which is $475 for the beautiful table and the 6 chairs, and we can do 20% on that one for you at the moment. Nice little black chest of drawers. Just moved that one so that we can see the bookcase. This is a nice little bookcase, and this is painted in.
She's
City
going
Slicker.
too fast for a moving screen
Sorry.
to keep up with, because if I whiz as fast as her,
I think the coffee is actually starting to kick in.
the vision will be blurred and we'll all have migraine. So
Yes, so this is painted in City Slicker. A really nice little bookcase. I like this little fluty bit at the top here, and that's $155, so it's good value for money. We can't go past the curtain. I know that a lot of people who watch have seen this many times, but honestly, I can't tell you how much I love this curtain. Made by the Boys Who Sew, who are based in Berkeley. They're having their fabulous new premises created at the moment down at the Hunt kennels. And my God, it's going to be absolutely superb. And they made this beautiful curtain for me. It's so thick and luxurious. I just love it. And we sell the curtain poles that you can see here. They come in raw wood, which you can just use just as they are if you want to. But I painted that one again using all the Frenchic products. And it just means that you can tie in your curtain pole with your room decor or the actual curtains. So look out for the Boys Who Sew. They're on Instagram, they're on Facebook. They're extremely professional and extremely easy and lovely to deal with. So if you get the chance, do look them up and give them a call if you've got anything to do with upholstery needs or curtains or bed heads or anything. They're just uber talented. We've got some of the little signs here. I expect you've seen these before. I love that one. No trespassing. Violators will be shot and survivors will be shot again, which I always think is quite amusing. They end up quite a lot on people's 5-bar gates, which is
Putin
quite
should
nice.
have that.
Yeah. Don't even let's get started on that one. Favourite things in the shop, Ginge? I don't know if you asked me that question, but if you didn't.
What's your favourite thing in
What's
the
my
shop?
favourite thing in the shop? Funny you should ask. This is this beautiful. I just love it. It's cracked. It's sort of damaged in some ways, but it's got its original paintwork, and the patina on it is so beautiful. And it's a big, heavy chunk of carved wood. Just absolutely beautiful. Mid-20th century, probably Asian. And I love it. If I had a big hall with a big hall table, that would be one of the things that would have pride of place. I might even hang a bowler hat on it just to be a bit cheeky. So that's definitely one of my favourites. And the other favourite thing's up in the top room, and I'll show you later. Do you want to have a quick look at this wardrobe again? I'm surprised this is still here actually, because it's one of the rare things that I have. She says, I can't even open the door at the moment. Right, we won't look inside. I think it's because it's not level. I can lift the top up so far, which is always useful storage in there for your roller skates and your top hats and things. And there's lots of hanging space.
So somebody who wants a wardrobe that the door doesn't open, then
come to this shop. Oh, look, it just did. Look at that. Wouldn't you believe it? So yes, a nice little hanging bar in there. And if you need a wardrobe space but you don't have a lot of room, then it just tucks very nicely
into the corner. You can hide in there if
you
you don't want to see a customer.
Yeah, I quite often do actually. If I need a little oh well, I just go in there and just go, oh well, have a little sleep for 10 minutes. Right, so on round the corner here, I'm surprised this is still here. This is really quite an architectural piece of bookcase, and it's painted using hornblower and a little bit of loof mixed in from the Lazy range, which gives it this lovely sort of waxed appearance, which I just love. And I think that's a really sturdy, solid bookcase. Yeah, £2.85. I think it's lovely. So somebody needs to buy it. Have a really lovely heart mirror there. I've got a thing about hearts, and that is £47.95 for that double heart mirror. It's really nice. And you asked me what my other favourite thing in the shop was.
What's your other favourite thing?
This. I love this star. Absolutely love this star. It's a big old rusty galvanised. When you take it down, it's quite flexible. It's all these parts are all sort of joined together. But I've got it on the wall inside, which I love. But of course, it would be fantastic in somebody's garden on the end of the garage wall or side of their house, whatever. It's £149.95, and it's this really beautiful big star. And I don't know why I love it so much, but I absolutely do. So we've got all these other bits and pieces, all the domes. We've got lots of busts and things around. We've got a horse's leg over there. I mean, you just never know when you might need a spare horse's leg. Yeah, loads. Get overwhelmed by it sometimes. Let's go out to see what we've got outside. Oh yeah, look, there's another bust that I painted earlier. This is the Duke of Wellington, and this was painted with Kiss Me Slowly and a little bit of the blackjack mixed together to give this sort of slightly purpley sort of blue colour, which I quite like actually. He stopped a lot of people yesterday, lots of people talking about him. He's got a very good nose. Lovely chairs, beautiful old chairs. Very solid, very nicely decorated, not decorated, upholstered, and lovely fabric there, £65 each. We've got the little Russian school chairs there, which are cute. This is new in this week, £245. Really comfortable metal chairs with the acanthus leaf detail on them. That one's been
Do you want to be in our video?
Oh, go on. No. You can take over if you like. You do a better job than me, that's for sure. This one's new in as well. This is lovely. I love these old feed troughs. This one's got the holes in the bottom, and these planted up with bedding plants or herbs. Just beautiful. That's £135, and it's got all the lovely weathering on it and the rust, and it will just look lovely underneath somebody's window, or if they've got a nice wide windowsill, it could go on that. And then this beautiful bit up here, which I just love. Another of my favourite things in the shop. Is this one, which is £395, and it's just a classic vintage cast iron bench. The fact that it's rusted like this is part of its charm as far as I'm concerned, and actually I don't really know how I managed to make myself bring this one up to the shop, because that very nearly didn't make it. In fact, I'm still very tall and it might end up going back to my house. The armillary, £54.95, crowns, compass. We've got these, which are rather nice. These are sort of, I call them ground balls, and you just put them in your flower beds. They're just bits of sculpture really, and they're £28.95 each. And I've got these lovely, what do you call these? Troughs? Plant troughs? Planters? I don't know. They're £85 each, or £149.95 for the pair. And then we've got the other bits and pieces, the usual bits and pieces, garden stuff. It's not too late to get peony guards around your peonies. You need to do it now. And we've got the obelisk, which for your sweet peas are just fantastic. And of course, if you are growing French beans, so the ones with the red flowers, I think, then those all grow up around the obelisk beautifully. So
You looked like you were asking me then, and I was like, what
I did actually think to myself, I did think to myself, I'm asking Ginge. Why am I asking Ginge? I know more about gardening than you do probably, and that's not saying much, is it? So look, it's sort of trying to sunshine a bit now at last. So that's it really. The lovely unit that you liked last week, Ginger's in the window.
I can't believe the price of that.
I know, it's a very good price, isn't it? 115 for a really
It should
chunky.
be 250.
It should really. I don't know why I was having a bit of an aberration, but I do try and keep my prices very reasonable. If I get something in at a good price, I try and pass it on at a good price. Road rage going on up there. So yes, we've got lots of these lovely urns and pots and things in the window, and the lovely peacock. That's a beautiful thing, isn't it? I love that. So yeah, lots and lots of things to tempt people with. And just very important to stress, we've got everything in the shop from £2 through to £2,500, which is the most expensive thing in the shop at the moment. So there's something here for everybody, and we're dead friendly in here. We're really, really friendly.
Speak for yourself.
And yes, just come in and have a chat and grab yourself a deal or a bargain. So that's it. Done.
Thank you very much for being here. If you could share this broadcast, that will
that'd be so
help
helpful.
Fifi no end, help promote her shop, help keep her here on the high street, because it is hard work and she is on her own apart from her devoted helpers, and she needs them desperately. So big shout out to you, you know who you are. And yes, so keep sharing and liking and keep her here on the high street.
Very grateful for any help that anybody can do in that department, and the ones that do regularly, I thank you, thank you, thank you.
Makes a big difference to a small business, like all the small businesses in Wotton.
Yes.
So yeah, help support each other. Thanks then, and
Have a
see
great
you
week,
next
everybody.
week if we're spared.
Ciao. Keep saying that. Take care. Bye bye.